Hey, my friend. I'm the confidence coach, Shelly Eldridge, and I'm also the founder of mystoryyourjourney.com and theconfidencecoach.org. And today, we're going to be talking about the 4 steps to start getting real results for your goals. Well, with intentional action. So, let's get started. The 4 steps to start getting real results when it comes to your goal, and the whole point being with intentional action, is going to be these 4 things. Number 1, to plan. Number 2, to decide. Number 3, to act. Number 4 is to celebrate. Let's dive right in so I can let you know how you can do this thing, because you can do it, my friend. When it comes to planning your action steps, planning towards your goal, you want to make sure that your goal is actionable. You want to make sure that you can keep things as simple as possible to get the results that you are looking for. So make your plan, but make it with action steps. Make it actionable. What are you going to do? Or what is it that you are trying to accomplish? And remember, you want to keep things as simple as possible and write it down. Because when you write it down, you can remember it a little bit better. Not just typing in it someplace, but actually writing it down with a pen and paper. And so when you're making your plan, you want to go big. You want to think big, think huge. What is it that you want to accomplish in the next 4 weeks, right? What is it that you want to accomplish that is huge? For example, you may say, Shelly, I want to save money. I want to save, $1,000. I want to save $10,000. Make it huge, as big as you can make it. Think about making that goal huge, right? Take that big goal that you want to accomplish in 4 weeks and then break it down. What is it that you want to accomplish next week? In 1 week, what do you want to accomplish? And then break that down even further to write out what is it that you want to accomplish, well, today. What is it that you want to accomplish today? The next step is that you are going to decide. You're going to decide the process. You want to think about the one thing. So you made your list, you made your plan, you have everything written out, but what one thing do you want to accomplish in this goal that you have in mind? In this plan that you have made in step 1, what is it that you are going to do today? Now here in this step, we're not doing anything fancy, but deciding. We're deciding to be committed to this thing. We're deciding to actually do this thing today. So this one thing, right? Just make a decision that you'll do this one thing today. What is it that you're going to do? And so you want to start with the thing that you feel most motivated about, my friend. The reason why I say this is because when you start with the thing that you dread the most, you will not get excited about it. You won't do it. You won't want to even roll out of the bed to think about getting it done. Like you won't even want to get started with it. And that's why this step is so important for you to decide now what one thing you're going to do. And you might say, Shelly, well, why in the world did you make this a step in itself? Because many times we skip the process that it takes to decide, and we want to jump right into that action piece. Oh, I got to do. Oh, I had this thing in mind. I got to do. Oh, I had this. No, my friend, you have to stop. Take a moment to decide. Take a moment to be committed now, before you start taking those action steps toward whatever that goal is, whatever that step is, whatever that one thing that you decided that you are going to do. And when you do that one thing, make sure you do it knowing that it's going to actually help you to get to that bigger goal. Like it's leading you to that bigger thing. So I'm going right on to that next step, which is step 3. Let's talk about it. We talk about this next step, right? And I'm going to give you a little bit of a caveat before we jump in. This next step is about taking action. Yeah, taking action. Being able to do the thing. Being able to do the thing that you are most passionate about. Whatever your goal is. Being able to do it. Taking that one thing that we talked about in step 2 and actually doing it. So you made the plan, right? You made that plan. You made it for that one thing you wanted to accomplish in the 4 weeks. Then you broke it down and you said, okay, this is the one thing that I want to accomplish in 4 weeks, but what is it that I can accomplish in the next week? What is it that I want to accomplish next week? And then you broke it down even further and you said that one thing that you can do today. And then you made a decision and you said, I want to accomplish this one thing. This is the thing, and I'm going to do it. You've done that already. So by now at this step, you are taking action. You are taking intentional action because you already decided, you already said, this is the one thing that you're going to do. Now, here's what will happen. When you do this, you will actually gain momentum. And here's the thing, you can do it. You will gain momentum and that motivation that you've been looking for to accomplish your goal, to actually do the other little single steps that you need to get the results that you want. And so remember that these single steps are what actually help you to get to your bigger goal. This step will help you to break out of feeling defeated or feeling like a failure or feeling like you're not good enough or even that extreme intense sense of lack of motivation. My friend, this step is major. Well, as all the other steps are. But this step is huge because this is where you start to actually get to your bigger goal that you had in mind. Remember that 4-week goal, that thing you wanted to accomplish in 4 weeks? Yeah, when you broke it down and then you said, I'm going to actually do it. And then you actually make those individual single one thing action steps toward it. That's when you start making that progress toward your goal. But here's the last little nugget that will help you to make it over the barrier. Celebrate. To celebrate. Now, the way that I'm going to explain this is going to be very different. And you may have heard this before, but I'm going to share this. I want you to really be intentional about celebrating your win. I want you to be intentional about the way that you care for yourself when you've accomplished something. When you've accomplished that one thing, celebrate. I'm not saying go out here and be crazy and do all kind of hoopla, spend all your money and then you broke and then you don't have. No. I'm not saying that, but I want you to be intentional about acknowledging that you have accomplished that goal, that you have done this thing. Now, for me, I'm a faith-based person, so I'm going to be very intentional about the fact that it wasn't just me, but God gave me this idea. God gave me this dream. He gave me this vision, and He's helping me to do it. And so I give credit to Him. I give credit to me for showing up, for actually doing the thing, right? Because if you don't do it, it doesn't happen. And so I want you to be careful not to rush and not to rush into the next thing so fast, but that you actually take the time to celebrate. Take this time to really celebrate and acknowledge what you have accomplished. And it's important for you to take that time to celebrate, because when you've completed something, when you've been completing something that you've been wanting to accomplish, oh, my friend, my friend, this will change your perspective. It will change the way you even see a very small goal. It will change the way you see actually accomplishing your goals. So I also want to remind you to be your own cheerleading squad first, my friend. Please be your own cheerleading squad first, because you don't want to wait for people to celebrate you. You don't want to wait for people to celebrate your wins. You want to be the one to say, I was able to accomplish this thing, and I'm celebrating not just the fact that I accomplished this, but I'm celebrating the fact that I'm moving forward, the fact that I'm making progress, the fact that I have this momentum, I have my motivation back, I have my joy back, I have my peace back. Come on, I have this passion that I've been missing, this excitement for life, this excitement to do the thing that I've been passionate, called, created, purpose, however you want to call it. I've been created to do this thing, and I'm celebrating it. And so I just want to share a couple of things before we close out, to remind you that you can reuse these steps. Reuse them. This is a real rinse and repeat process. This is a real rinse and repeat process. And you can use it as often as you need it. And so, you get real results when you make your plan actionable. You get to get those results when you decide on the one thing. I'm not trying to, listen, don't make it complicated. Keep it simple. Decide on that one thing that you will do today. Then take action towards doing that one thing. Do that one thing. And then once you get to the point of taking real action to do that one thing, then you can finally celebrate your win. Here's the thing. Before everyone else does. Celebrate your win before everyone else does. And so I'm going to leave you with this last nugget that's going to help you to actually go beyond where you've been. I want you to remember that the big goal is actually all of the little steps in between. Remember that getting the results you want is all about the mindset that you embrace, that helps you to take the actions that you need to take towards the results that you want. So my friend, be encouraged. You can absolutely accomplish the goals that you have set, because you didn't come up with this. You didn't come up with this idea to do this thing. And so you can do it. You are created to do this thing that you have a burning desire to do. So I encourage you again. I will see you in the next one. And until next time, peace.